Muting you guys. Muting. Close. Okay. Okay. All right, friends. Really, I'm impressed that this many of you are here. So good job. I feel like it's worse than Tuesday, but we're all here, so good job. Also, I'm gonna put my phone number on the desk out there just in case we have more of these snow days and you're not sure if yoga is happening, and you can text me so that you don't show up and not have me here, or so that you can just do it on Zoom at your house if you'd rather, you know. Yeah, I'm planning on being here Sunday, 10 a.m. I'll be here from now on Sunday at 10 a.m. Christmas is on a Sunday, and actually James is going to teach the Christmas Day class, so that will be a special treat. And then I don't really think I have any other announcements. Any questions? Should I first some? Yes, it's at 10 as well. I think it's either an hour and a half or 2 hours. I'm not sure, but he has flyers out there. You could check. I think it might be, I think he said power and restore, maybe 2 hours. So, yeah. Any other questions? It's ready for practice? Okay. Let's begin in a comfortable seat. So if you're already there, perfect. If you want to move or adjust, stretch a little bit, feel free. So take as much time as you need to settle in. And eventually find stillness. So intentionally rest your hands, maybe in your lap. Maybe you feel like bringing one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, or even prayer position, your heart space. Close your eyes and take these first few moments to just really fully arrive in this space. So feel your sit bones against the ground. Feel the ground underneath you. Feel the air on your skin. Notice any physical sensations that are there, and also beyond physical, see if you can go a little deeper. So start to notice, how are you energetically, emotionally, and you're not trying to fix or change or control. You're simply noticing. Start to notice the rise and fall of your breath. And next time you breathe in, fill up as big as you can. So huge inhalation. Hold at the top. Maybe take an extra sip. And then when you're ready, open your mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Couple more like that. So inhale, fill up. Breathe all the way down into your low belly, low back, hips, pelvis. Hold. Let your breath move around inside of you. And then when you're ready, open your mouth and let it go. One last time. Biggest inhale you've taken all morning. So fill up with prana, with life force. And feel that energy inside of you. Let it circulate around. And open your mouth, sigh it out. Very nice. Seal your lips. And start to drop into your ujjayi breath. So for some of us, you can flip it on almost like a light switch. For some of us, it might take a little bit longer, and that's fine. So give yourself a moment to feel into your ujjayi breath. That big, expansive inhale comes all the way down from your diaphragm. You really hear your breath as it flows through the back of your throat. Then each exhale, see if you can find emptiness. See if you can find what we call Uddiyana Bandha. So bottom of each exhale, your belly button pulls back towards your spine. Your core lock, that connection to center. So stay right here in your morning seated meditation for as long as you want to. As you feel ready to move, keep your breath flowing in this way, and you can start from your seat if you want. So maybe just starting to move through your head, your neck, your shoulders, your upper body, your arms. But whenever you're ready, tabletop position is where we'll end up. And then you guys know where to go, just your own exploration, your own intuitive movement through spine, shoulders, hips. Very nice, you guys. Yeah, so no rush. This is one of the few places in our lives where we don't have to be in any sort of rush. So go slow and feel. Really use your breath to feel around and create space, and use your awareness. So notice, how is your spine? How are your side bodies, front body, back body, wrists, fingers? Big, deep breaths, ujjayi. So can you hear your own breath? Maybe you even hear your neighbor's breath, and let that inspire you to breathe bigger, deeper, more powerfully. When you are ready, no hurry at all. Downward facing dog is where we'll end up. So if you want, you can move through a vinyasa to get there. If you want, maybe you hover your knees. So hovering tabletop, just finding the strength in your arms, push the ground away. Yeah, nice, Kate. And then you can slowly take your hips up and back. Once you're in your dog pose, keep your exploration going. Keep feeling around, moving around, breathing into all the little spaces. So this class, Deep Power, it's my favorite because I love moving slow and really feeling into each pose. I think of it similarly to when we're driving in our car and we're driving really slow. We notice so much more. We notice the scenery. We notice that particular tree right there. But when we're going 80 miles per hour, we don't hardly notice anything. So same thing in your practice. When you speed through it, there's a lot that we miss. When we go slow, we notice every little thing, or at least we have the time and space to tune in if we're really present, if we're really aware. Beautiful down dogs, my friends. You look so good. So feel into the length from your fingertips all the way up to your sit bones. Feel into the strength of your shoulders, the space in between your ears and your shoulders. Feel that connection to your center. So especially every exhale, feel your navel draw towards your spine. Feel that lift that comes from your center. Maybe it feels good to keep a big bend in your knees for this first down dog, or maybe you work your legs towards straight, but make sure you don't lose the length in your spine. So your pose, your expression, your exploration, even if you've been here thousands of times, imagine this is the first time you've ever done down dog. What can you notice? What can you observe? How can you adjust your body or adjust the pose so that you can be a little more efficient? Take one more huge inhalation into your down dog. And then as you exhale, look forward to the top of your space. However you want to get there, forward fold. Take a moment to be in your fold. Feet can be even wider than your hips if you want, or maybe hips with distance apart is what feels good. Some people like their big toes to touch. So you choose what works best for your body. If you want to take a ragdoll, grab opposite elbows, or any other variation, feel free. Yeah, a little bit of exploration, maybe bob or bounce or walk your hands over to one side and then the other. You can bend your knees a little or you can bend them a lot. You will still get the stretch in the backs of your legs with a big bend in your knees. Just focus on lifting your butt as high as you can and then reaching the crown of your head towards the ground. Nice. Can take one more full round in your forward fold. Next time you inhale, halfway lift position. So lengthen, get all the rounding out of your back. Very nice. Exhale, fold, bow in. Do that once more, halfway lift. So stick your butt out, top of your head reaches forward, and exhale, let it go. Press into your feet, lead with your heart, rise. So come through your halfway lift, take it all the way up, reach up. Hands to heart, exhale. Flow with your breath. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, swan dive down. Take your time. Feel your body move through space. Bend your knees if you feel it in your low back. Breathe in to your halfway lift position. Nice, Brenda. Exhale, bow. Fold deeply all the way to empty in your breath. Then press into your feet, lead with your heart, rise up. Inhale, arms reach, maybe you gaze up. Hands to heart, exhale. One more round just like that. Moving meditation, reach, breathe in. Dive slowly down with your exhalation. So really use your breath to guide your movement, feeling it all. Halfway lift, breathe in, Ardha Uttanasana. How much length can you create? Exhale, fold, bow all the way to empty. Press into your feet, lead with your heart. Take it all the way up. Arms reach, big full body stretch. Hands to heart as you exhale. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And then exhale, bring your hands behind your back. But rather than interlacing, imagine you're putting your hands into your back pockets. So fingers face down, or if this bothers your wrist, you might make fists. You might even wrap your fingers around your waist, point your thumbs in. So whatever variation feels best for you. Roll your shoulders back and down, point your elbow tips straight back. Imagine you've got a block in between your inner thighs and squeeze it. Start to press your hands forward into your hips. At the same time, press your hips back into your hands. Puff up through your chest. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Maybe curl open just a little more. So you can take your head back with strength in the sides of your neck. Try not to just drop your head back. Press your hands forward into your hips, hips back into your hands. Good. One more full round of breath. Hug in with your inner thighs. Next time you inhale, back through center, so neutral spine. You can reach your arms up if you want. And then as you exhale, listen, bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs. I like to wrap my fingers in personally and just take either some standing cat-cows or maybe some circles with your torso. Maybe round and move your hips side to side, your shoulders back and forth. So just kind of neutralize your own spine after that back bend. And then whenever you are ready, no rush, all the way down into your forward fold. Ujjayi breath, reconnect. Inhale to a halfway lift position, so nice and long. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your feet to the back of your yoga mat, plank position. Take an inhale into your push-up, and as you exhale, listen, lower just an inch or two down. So bend your elbows just a little bit, belly strong. Inhale, push back up, straighten out your arms, push the ground away. Exhale, go a little lower, so 2 or 3 inches down. Keep your shoulders back away from your ears. Inhale, push back up. Exhale, so you can go halfway down. Come to your knees if you need to. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Shoulder blades hug your spine, belly strong. Inhale, push back up. Slow as you can go, all the the way down this time. Exhale, chaturanga, all the way to your belly. Find Spider-Man Cobra. So bring your hands out wide. Lift your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Lift your heart on an inhale. And then as you exhale, twist to your right and dip your left shoulder down. Thanks, Kate. Come back through center. Breathe in, lift up. Other side. Move with your breath. Go ahead and take one more each direction. So feel into your front body, back body, side body, shoulders. Keep pressing through your pelvis and your shoelaces, toning through your low belly, navel to spine. Eventually, you'll come back to center. You might stay there for an extra breath or two. However, you want to get back to your downward facing dog. That is where we will meet up. Big deep breaths, Ujjayi. So not only do you feel your breath, you hear your breath, just like an ocean wave. Next time you inhale, take your right leg to the sky. So go ahead, and if you want to open your hip or explore in any way, do so. But then eventually square off your hips. No hurry. So press down through all 10 fingertips, lift from your belly. Good. Everybody square off your hips now. So inner thighs face each other, right hip faces down, maybe slightly back. See if you can really press through your fingertips and then make your right leg long, strong, powerful. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, right knee to your nose. So round, hollow out. Your shoulders are over your wrist. Step forward as soft as you can. Low lunge. Take just a moment and stretch your own legs in your own way. So you can bring your back knee down. You can extend your front leg. Maybe you want to open through your front hip. And then we're actually going to rise up to a warrior two. So when you're ready, back heel pivots down, cartwheel your arms up. So right toes face directly forward, left toes face directly to the left. ACC. Front heel intersects your back arch, or your front heel can line up with your back toes, whatever feels better in your body. So maybe look down and adjust if you need to. Deep bend in your front knee, but make sure your knee doesn't fall in. So wrap your right butt cheek and press into the outer edge of both feet. Next time you breathe in, reach forward through your right fingertips. Like you want to touch the front wall. Reach as far as you can. See if you can reach even further. And then upper body stays the same. Right arm towards the ground, left arm towards the sky. So side angle, very nice. You can stay here or move into your own variation. Maybe you reach your left arm forward, bicep next to your ear. Maybe half bind, full bind if you feel ready to go there. Keep wrapping your right butt cheek, pressing into the outer edges of both feet. Good poses, you guys. Heart is open. Hips are open. Back foot is rooted. Back leg is strong. Take about 2 more rounds. Soften your face. Unclench your jaw. Loosen through your forehead. Next time you breathe in, press into your feet. Rise back up. Warrior two. And then let's reverse. So front palm rotates up, reach back. Feel into the length of your right side. So deep bend in your right knee. Lift your right ribs up away from your right hip. Yes, good, Paul. See if you can breathe into your right waistline and make it just a little bit longer. Beautiful, Sydney. One more big, huge inhale. Reach through your fingertips. As you exhale, cartwheel your hands to the ground, low lunge. So pivot to the ball of your back foot. And from here, we will twist. Left hand stays down, right arm reaches up. So twist from your center like you're wringing out. If you want to modify, your back knee can come down gently. Otherwise, back leg is really strong. So back foot even really strong. Squeeze through your inner thighs. Imagine you're trying to pull your right hip back, but at the same time, right knee hugs towards your left armpit. Nice, Tracy. Breathe down into your belly. As you exhale, see if you can twist just a teeny tiny bit more from the inside. Very end of that exhale, let it go. Wide-legged straddle position. So walk your hands all the way over to the left long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet, straighten your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift. And then wherever you would like to take this for about 5 rounds of breath. So go slow and feel whatever there is to feel, and respond to that from a place of presence. Slow, deep breaths. So use your breath to keep you here. When you're focusing on the inhale and the exhale as they're happening, you can't help but be present. Everything else just kind of falls away. Take about 3 more rounds. Anywhere you'd like to go. Soft face, soft jaw, even soft through the inside of your mouth. So notice if you're pressing your tongue against the backs of your teeth or the roof of your mouth. Good poses, you guys. Take one last round of breath. Open mouth exhale if you'd like. Next time you breathe in, come back to a halfway lift with your fingertips on the ground. So you might bend your knees if needed, and then walk your hands forward. Rotate your toes forward. You're in a low lunge again. From here, listen. 3-legged down dog. So take your right leg back and up. Open up your right hip. Bend your right knee, reach your right knee out and up towards the ceiling. Squeeze through your outer right butt cheek. And imagine you're hugging an invisible washcloth behind your right knee. It's rolled up and you're trying to wring it out. Make your right foot active. Take one more inhale here. You can hold if you want. Otherwise, exhale, right knee, left elbow. Get as close as you can. Push the ground away. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Open your hip if you'd like. Exhale, right to right. Aim high. Aim for your armpit. Inhale, back up. Very nice. Square hips. Feel the difference. Inhale. And exhale, rock forward. Your variation of plank to chaturanga. So you can take it as a 3-legged if you want. Good job. Inhale, heart lifts. Beautiful awareness, my friends. Just back to a child's pose. So give yourself a moment to rest. If you'd rather take hero's pose, just seated meditation, kneeling position, fine with me. So just feel, notice, observe, breathe slow. Come back to your body, your breath. Just that simple rise and fall. Make each breath as big, as spacious, as long, as strong, slow and steady as you can. Take a couple more, just grounding breaths, restorative breaths here. Open mouth exhales are always welcome. And downward facing dog. All right, from your dog pose, inhale your left leg to the sky. Go ahead, do whatever you want. So if you want to open your hip, roll out your ankle, or any other type of exploration, feel free. Eventually, square off your hips. So like in your next 2 or 3 breaths, square off your hips. Good breathing. All right, extend your left leg high, square hips, inner thighs face each other, left hip faces down, slightly back. So see if you can get your left leg. I don't care so much about height, but make it straight, make it strong. See if you can squeeze through the front of your left thigh. Your quad muscle turns on. Press through your fingertips and then feel that connection to center. Nice, Christine. Take one more big, huge inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So round, hollow out, shoulders on top of your wrist, step through softly. Take a moment to stretch your legs on this side, however you'd like to. So you might do the same thing you did on the other side. Maybe you don't even remember what you did on the other side. You do something totally different. So feel into your legs, feel into your hips, feel into your toes even. There's a million things going on in your legs. You really, really pay attention. Take about 2 more rounds, just feeling, noticing. All you have to do is close your eyes, put your awareness in your legs and breathe. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Warrior 2 is our destination. So in your next breath or two, rise up. So Virabhadrasana 2, left toes directly forward, right toes directly to the right. Wrap your left butt cheek, so your left knee, you feel it tracking towards your pinky toe rather than collapsing in. Press into the outer edges of both feet. Feel your shoulders stack over your hips. Your weight feels nice and centered right now. Your breath is flowing slow, steady. So you feel that balance of effort and ease. Take one more inhale, and as you inhale, reach forward, reach for the front wall. See if you can even slide your rib cage. Reach even further, and then arms tip over. So left hand towards the ground, right arm towards the sky. Side angle. If you want to take it into your own variation, please feel free. So right arm might reach forward. Right arm might wrap behind you, half bind, full bind, wherever you want to go. Remember, your heart wants to look up, not down. So make sure you're not closing off, but you're opening, you're expanding. Press into the outer edges of your feet. Your back leg is still strong. Back foot still rooted. Nice, Tracy. Take one last round of breath. Really nice poses, you guys. Inhale, come through your warrior 2. Stay in your legs, reverse your warrior. So front palm rotates up, reach back. Keep that deep bend in your front knee, that deep lunge. Lift your left ribs up away from your left hip. Nice, Cam. And breathe into the space in between your left ribs, your intercostal muscles. We hardly ever give them attention. So stretch them out, wake them up. Send your breath there. Take one more inhale. Reach through your fingertips. Beautiful, Kathy. Thanks, Kate. Exhale. Cartwheel your hands to the earth. Low lunge. So pivot to the ball of your back foot and adjust if you need to. We've got revolve lunge. Right hand on the ground or a block. Or I just lift to my right fingertips personally. Left arm to the sky. So twist towards the windows. Strengthen your legs. Rather than getting lazy through your legs, more strength. Almost like the power of the pose is coming out of your back toes, moving through your back leg, and feel that connection to center. Lengthen your spine. So if you find yourself looking back towards the back of the room, gaze straight to the left or maybe even slightly forward. Take one more huge breath. Breathe all the way down into your belly. As you exhale, pull your belly button back away from your thigh. Twist further. End of your exhale, unwind. Nice, Sydney. Walk your hands over to the right long edge of your mat. Parallel your feet. Wide-legged straddle position. On an inhale, find your own halfway lift. If you want to stay here for a moment, add some arms or anything like that, feel free. Eventually fold or wherever you want to go. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers behind your back. Maybe you want to play with headstand, skandasana, twists. Maybe you just want to hang out in ragdoll, bounce around a little bit. So no right or wrong. What does your body need? Breathe into the backs of your legs. Soft face. Thanks, Christine. Soft jaw, forehead. Maybe get curious about breathing into the back of your heart. Feeling your breath flowing, not just up and down, but forward and back, side to side. So in every direction. Take one last round. Next time you inhale, back to your halfway lift position, fingertips on the ground. So bend your knees if needed. And then crawl your hands forward, rotate your toes forward. You're in low lunge again. From here, three-legged down dog. So take your left leg back and up. Open up your hip. Bend your knees. Squeeze that invisible rolled up washcloth behind your left knee. Flex your left toes, or if you'd rather point, that's fine, but just make your left foot really active. Lift your left knee really high. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Use your obliques. Push the ground away as you come forward. Inhale, back up. Open your hip if you want. Exhale, left to left. Aim high. Awesome. CC. Back up. This time, square hips. So breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, rock forward. Plank to chaturanga. You can take it as three-legged or modify. Heart lifts as you inhale, back bend of your choice. If you want, take an extra breath or two. And then for a moment, again, give yourself a rest. Child's pose, hero's pose, embryo. Breathe all the way down, low back, low belly. Hips, pelvis. Just some grounding, restorative breaths. Connect back to you. Come back to the present moment if you've gone somewhere else. One last round. And then downward facing dog. All right, great big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your mat, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, take it all the way up, arms to the sky, big stretch. Exhale, hands to your heart. All right, inhale, take your arms up. And then as you exhale, cactus your arms, but that's it. So don't go into a back bend yet. Just bring your arms to a goalpost position. Now, see if you can simply press your arms back and chest forward. So that's all you're doing. Press, elbows, arms back, chest forward. Maybe it's a little, maybe it's a lot. Hug in with your inner thighs and start to press your hips forward. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades and take your gaze up. Don't let your head collapse back. So you're not lifting your chin, but you're pulling your chin back towards your throat. Press your elbows now a little more forward and up if you can. Hug in with your inner thighs. Press your hips forward. One more round of breath. Soften your face. Good. Inhale, neutral spine, reach up. Exhale, just like we did before. Bend your knees, hands to thighs for a moment. Just neutralize, so whatever feels good. You can take standing cat-cows. You can just round, move your hips side to side. Eventually all the way down into your fold. Reconnect to your Ujjayi breath. On an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Pause in plank, one arm at a time, lower down to forearm plank. So elbows under shoulders and forearms either parallel, palms face down, fingers spread wide, press especially into thumbs and index, or you can interlace for a little less intensity. Hug in with your upper arms and really push the ground away through the belly of your forearms. Draw your belly button towards your spine and breathe into your back body. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Take one more round of breath. Now, end of your exhale, walk your toes in, come into dolphin pose. So lift your hips as high as you can, that invisible rope. Pull straight up on your belly button. See if you can press your chest back. Hug in with your elbows and your upper arms, soften your face. You can stay here or you can play. Lift one leg, then the other leg, maybe even take a couple hops. Remember, slow and intentional rather than just mindlessly throwing yourself up. So stay with your breath. See if you can be here for just 3 more. I know it's a lot. I know your shoulders are probably screaming at you. Send your breath there. One last round. You are so much stronger than your mind tells you you are. End of your exhale. Very nice, my friends. Let it all go. So come down. Take a rest. Child's embryo. Maybe seated meditation. Just let your shoulders relax. Let your breath come back to that slow, steady pace if it's sped up. Next inhale, rise up to your hands and your knees, just a tabletop position. All right, so from tabletop, spread your fingers wide, push the ground away. Take just your left leg back and up. So left leg back and up. And then from here, I want you to try to create a smiley face shape from the top of your head back to your left heel or your left toes, not by just lifting your head up, but by lifting your heart. So bottom tips of shoulder blades squeeze. Lift your back heel with the strength in your inner thighs. Hips are square. Push the ground away. You can stay here if you want, or bend your left knee, heel towards your butt. Lift your right hand, reach back. Try to grab your foot right here rather than right here if possible. If you need to do that, that's okay. And then once you've got your foot, start to kick. Foot into hand, hand back into foot. Hug in with your inner thighs. Push down through your left fingertips. Lift your heart. Breathe down into your belly. One last round. Good job. End of your exhale, spinal balance. So find neutral. Reach forward and back. Inhale. Just one time, elbow to knee, round, hollow out, empty out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, let it go. So tabletop, and then from tabletop, right leg out to the right, toes face directly forward, heel comes straight out from your hip. Left arm out to the left, all the way up, open up, breathe in. On your exhale, thread it through. So reach as far as you can. Come down to rest ever so gently on the outside of your shoulder, outside of your head. Feel your breath in the back of your heart. Back of your ribs, low back, kidneys. Any variation you want to take, about 3 more rounds. Good, nice job. Soft through your face, loose through your forehead. If you do happen to have your right hand lifted, return your right hand back to the ground. Thanks, Kate. Next time you inhale, unthread your left arm and reach it up one more time as high as possible. Set your left hand down, exhale. Pick up your right foot and swing your right tiptoes off the left side of your mat. See if you can pull your hips to the right as you gaze back over your left shoulder. So maybe you're bending your elbows, one or both. Maybe you're rounding or arching or rocking a little forward, a little back. Even peekaboo under your left armpit. Take one more full breath. Back to hands and knees. Back to downward facing dog. Walk it out in your down dog. If you want to move through a quick vinyasa on your own, go for it. All right, from your down dog, inhale, take your right leg to the sky. Open up your right hip, bend your right knee. So stay here. This is a great place to stay. Get that nice opening for the front of your right hip, or option to flip your dog. Right foot comes down behind you, nice and easy. Yeah, lift your right arm, reach it forward. Good, Brenda. See if you can press your hips up. Imagine you're trying to look at yourself in the front mirror. If this wall was a mirror. Yes, one last round. Open your heart. Beautiful, friends. Come back. Three-legged down dog. So take a moment. Square off your hips and just feel that big difference. Take a big, huge inhale. Lengthen, strong and powerful through your right leg. As you exhale, right foot to the top of your space softly. All right. From here, listen, this is a big movement. You're going to root into your front foot, come all the way up to standing staff. So balance on your right foot, arms to the sky, left knee lifts. Find your balance here. Now, moving into dancer pose. Bring your left heel to your left butt cheek. Actually, I should say twisted dancer pose. Right hand to your left foot. So maybe this is where you stay, and if you balance here, see if you can get the insides of your knees to flirt with one another, like they're trying to kiss. Roll your right shoulder back and down. This can be where you stay. Otherwise, little bend in your standing leg. Start to hinge at your hips. Kick foot into hand. Pull hand back into foot. Just like we did when we were on our hands and our knees a moment ago. See if you can keep your heart lifted. Reach your left fingertips forward, maybe slightly up. Take one last round, hug in with your inner thighs. See if you can slowly come back to standing staff. I know, it's hard. If your left foot comes down, no big deal. If you want to extend your left leg, go for it. One more inhale, super slow motion, low lunge. So left toes to the back of your mat. See if you can touch hands and toes down at the same time. Once you're back in low lunge, we're moving into half splits. So back knee comes down gently. If you need extra cushion, you can fold over the side of your mat. Straighten your front leg. If full splits is in your practice and you want to move towards it, you're welcome to do so. So your pose, big stretch in the back of your front leg. Flex your right toes. Press down through the back of your right heel and pull back energetically. So even if you're going into the splits, get your front leg as far forward as you can, but then hug back in. So your right heel is dragging back rather than pushing forward. Good job, you guys. Really nice. If you're working your fold, pull your right butt cheek back as you reach your heart forward. Nice. Awesome. Take about 2 more breaths, allowing yourself to just be in the sensation. Soften around it. Good job, everybody. All right, we're going to slowly come back into a low lunge. If you're in full splits, I know it's not a graceful transition. Get there however you need. So low lunge. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and this time just step back to a plank pose. Inhale at the top of your push-up. Slowly lower as you exhale. Inhale into your back bend of choice. Feel free to stay a little longer if you want. Eventually, just rest. Child's pose, embryo, or heroes. DC's been taking screaming toe. If you want screaming toe, that's an option as well. Stretch through the bottoms of your feet, your plantar fascia. Love it. Good, you guys. So take a moment, reconnect. Slow, steady breath. Feeling, noticing, observing without judgment. So we're not here to judge ourselves. Say, oh, I suck at yoga, I suck at balancing. Why do I even come to this class? It's too hard for me. That's not why we show up. We show up just to meet ourselves right where we're at. If that's taking Shavasana for 75 minutes, I truly don't care. So it's all about our own ego. that the mail? What happened? All right. As you are ready, friends, let's just meet in a tabletop position, hands and knees. Okay, so this time from our hands and our knees, we're gonna take our right leg back and up. So make sure you're spreading your fingers, pushing the ground away, and then think of that smiley face shape from the top of your head back to your right heel. So see if you can create that first, just with your own awareness and strength in your body. So not using any leverage. Lift your heart, lift your back heel, bend your back knee, heel towards your butt cheek. You might stay here. If this feels like enough, you want to work here, perfect. Otherwise, left hand lifts and reaches back. Grab either your ankle or the sole of your foot. If possible, see if you can grab it here rather than coming to here. If you have to come to here, that's okay. Once you've got hold, work the pose by kicking and pulling. So now you've got leverage. Hug in with your inner thighs. Breathe down into your belly. Lift your heart by using the mobility in your mid and your upper back. Yes, nice job. Spread your toes. One last round. End of your exhale, spinal balance. So neutralize, inhale, forward and back. Long, strong line, elbow to knee, exhale, slow motion. Inhale, get long, lengthen, realign. Exhale, set it all down. Good work. Take your left leg out to the left, toes face forward. Right arm out to the right, all the way to the sky. Inhale here. And thread it through, exhale. So reach, reach, reach. Wherever you want to take it. A few big, deep breaths. Soft face. Breathe into the back of your heart. All the way to empty with your exhales. Not forcing anything, so make sure you're in a place where you can breathe. Your breath can flow into every little space. Take one last round, one last full breath. You do have your left hand lifted, set it back down. On an inhalation, unthread your right arm. So you can reach it up even higher this time. Open up, and then right hand down. Pick up your left foot and swing your left tiptoes all the way over the right. Pull your hips towards the window. So maybe you bend your elbows a bit. Gaze back over your right shoulder. So try not to look back with just your head and your eyeballs, but imagine you're using your entire left side to look back at your toes. One last big deep breath. Very nice. Back to the center, tabletop. And then downward facing dog. Walk it out, or quick vinyasa if you want to take it. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Open up your left hip, bend your left knee. Stay here and get this awesome stretch for the front of your left hip, or option to flip your dog, three-legged back bend. Yes, very nice. So heart forward, maybe even gaze forward, let your heart follow. See if your hips can lift higher, nice paw. Feel your back muscles hug around your spine, beautiful. Tracy, one last round. You guys look so good. End of your exhale, come back. Three-legged down dog. Square off your hips. So just for a moment, feel that big difference. Left leg strong and powerful. Inhale. Exhale. Left foot to the top of your mat softly. All right, get ready for that big movement. Left foot roots all the way up. Standing staff. Lift your right knee. Hug in with your inner thighs. Arms to the sky. Find your balance. Maybe find something to focus your gaze on. Your drishti. All right, from here, moving into our twisted dancer. So heel towards your glute, knee faces the ground. Left hand reaches back and grabs hold of the inner edge of your right foot. Once you've got hold, see if you can realign. So hug everything in towards midline, get really tall, little tone in your belly. Left shoulder rolls back and down. This might be where you stay. Otherwise, keep a little bend in your standing leg. Start to hinge forward. Kick, foot into hand, pull hand back into foot. This side is definitely harder for me. That's okay. Meet yourself wherever you are at. Heart slightly lifted. Hug in with your inner thighs. Reach slightly up. One last round. If possible, stay balanced on your left foot. Let's come back to standing stack. Right knee lifts. If you want, you can extend your right leg just for a moment. Last big inhale. Slow motion, low lunge. See if you can touch fingers and toes down at the exact same time, maybe. Good job. Once you're in your low lunge, half splits. You want to go for your full splits, feel free. So straighten your left leg, flex your left toe. Good. As you flex your left toes, press down through the back of your left heel. And imagine you're trying to drag your left butt cheek back. Reach your heart forward. Good. If you're in your full splits, get as far as you can and then find that connection to center again. Hug back in towards midline. Find the structure, the integrity. Good job. You guys look awesome. Beautiful. Let yourself feel it all for a couple more breaths. Soften around it. So if you had this hard outer shell, like a candy coating, breath by breath, just let it melt, let it soften. How would that feel? Good, you guys. End of your next exhale, come back to a low lunge. Gracefully if possible. I know it's hard from the splits. Good job. All right, pick up your back knee if it's on the ground still. And then plank position, step your left foot back. Inhale at the top of your push-up, maybe a little rock forward, or maybe you come to your knees. Exhale, slowly lower. Back bend of your choice. Might feel nice to take an extra breath. And then just take it back to a child's pose. Embryo, hero, screaming toe. Give yourself a moment. Slow, deep breaths. Let's see if you can just feel whatever's coming, whatever's going. Without resistance, just allowing it to flow through you, breath by breath. Couple more rounds, and if you want, you can sigh it out your mouth. Let's meet in tabletop, and then come into a seated position. So we'll take a seated hip opener today. You have lots of options. So we're going into double pigeon fire log pose, which is just shins stacked like so. What I see a lot is people love to put this foot inside their calf. And this is like, it seems like not that big of a difference, but it's actually like completely a different pose. You're not getting that same stretch or that same opening for your hip. So you want your outer ankle all the way up to your inner knee. It's like your shins stacked perfectly one on top of the other. Some people, their top knee is going to be up here. If your top knee's up here, you're sitting up tall. If your top knee is level with your hips, feet flexed, reach your butt back and take your heart forward. If that's not going to happen for you, bottom foot on the ground with your knee bent, outer right ankle on top of your left thigh, hands behind you. And then go deeper. You can just work your heel closer to your butt, your legs closer to your chest. Try not to round, but stay open through your heart and your shoulders. If you'd rather take it on your back, that's fine with me. So right on top. Good. And then depending on where you're at, maybe there's some way you want to explore. So if you're In the variation with your left foot on the ground, sometimes I like to rock my legs side to side a bit. If you are in double pigeon and you're folded forward and you feel like this is pretty easy, I don't feel much, flex your feet a lot, press your hands into the soles of your feet and press the soles of your feet back into your hands. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can try if it feels good and your butt's going back. I just would say if you're going like this, don't do that, but you're doing it like correctly. So if that feels okay, yeah, that's fine. Your knee is like pretty close, I would say. It's like almost there. Oh, you ladies, killing me. Sydney, you're crazy. That's bad. She keeps looking at me like that. Take about 3 more big breaths. Good job, you guys. Yeah, that looks good, Cece. All right, if you're folded forward, end of your next exhale, slowly find your way up. If you're on your back, slowly find your way back up to a seat. So from wherever you are at, legs extend forward and just give them a little shake out. Hands can come behind you. And then a couple rounds of windshield wiper. So feet nice and wide, bend your knees. And then just side to side. I think this feels so good if you go really slow and kind of turn your shoulders and your gaze away from your knees. So just feel into your low back, feel into your hips. And then after 2 or 3 rounds, back and forth, set yourself up for your hip opener on the other side. So maybe this side feels different. You guys know your options. Sydney needs a lot of assistance, and then she'll just roll down. So nice and strong through your left ankle, flexion through your left toes. If you're folding forward, just think of pulling your butt back rather than tucking your tailbone, trying to stick your butt out, heart forward. If you're in that variation with your right foot on the ground, you can take a little rock. And big breaths, intentional breaths. Yeah, good. Send your breath all the way down into your hips. About 3 more. Good job, you guys. Good awareness. See if you can make your last breath the biggest breath you've taken all practice long. And slowly start to find your way out. Just like we did before, legs out in front of you, give them a little shake out. And then take a couple rounds side to side, windshield wiper with your knees. Make sure your feet are wider than your hips. That'll open up space in your low back. And then after a couple rounds or so, back and forth in windshield wiper, we'll take one last pose here, reverse tabletop. So feet, hips width distance apart, heels pretty much straight down from your knees or just a little bit forward of your knees. All of your toes face forward. Face your fingers towards your hips, or if that's too much on your wrist, you can face them out to the sides. Roll your shoulders back and down. Puff up your heart as big as you can. Gaze slightly up. Take a great big inhale and lift your hips. Push down through your thumbs and index. Push down through the inner edges of your feet and your heels. Hug in with your inner thighs. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your head collapse back. So you can extend back with strength in the sides of your neck. Take one more big inhale. Lift, lift, lift. Good job. Let it go. All the way down onto your back. Once you're there, just hug your knees in. Rock gently from side to side. And then supine spinal twist of your choice. You can go to either side first. Take about 4 or 5 rounds on each side. So just give more of your weight to the ground with every breath. In your next couple rounds, switch to the other side if you have not already. And then when you feel pretty even on both sides, no rush. Come back to the center and give yourself about 5 to 10 breaths to finish off your own practice. So maybe there is one last inversion, one last heart opener, one last hip opener. So anywhere else you want to go, happy baby pose. And then in your own time, no rush at all. Start your transition into your final relaxation. So my thought for you as you slowly transition to Shavasana, this is by Young Pueblo. He says, pick the path that lights you up. The one you know deep down is the right choice. Stop listening to doubt. Start connecting with courage. Do not let the idea of normal get in the way. It may not be the easy path, but you know great things take effort. Lean into your determination. Lean into your mission, your purpose. Lean into the real you. So right here in this moment, can you just feel into the deepest part of yourself? Your body knows who you are at your essence, at your core. So use these last few moments to just connect with that part of yourself. It's not so easily swayed by external things, not so easily swayed by the opinions of others. Just feel into your own center, your own essence, who you are deep down, underneath it all. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Big open mouth exhale. Just bring gentle movement back into your body. As you are ready, roll to either side, fetal position. Take a moment resting on your side body, just this nurturing pose, curled into yourself. And let your practice, anything that came through for you, really settle inside. Using the strength in your arms, slowly guide yourself up to seated meditation. So, right back where we began, sit up tall, close your eyes, gather your hands to your heart, bow your head to your heart. And take one last moment to just acknowledge yourself for making the effort to show up on your mat, to tune in to yourself in a deeper way, to listen to your breath, feel into your body, be more present. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. Namaste. All right, guys, we did it. Snowy day yoga. You guys are very impressive. I know, it's supposed to stop, I think. Because I'm like, if it's going to snow all day, maybe I should cancel my 8:30 p.m. class now. Like, put something on the door while I'm here. But I think it's supposed to stop, so hopefully. I get sick of it. Well, it's fine. I don't mind it if people come to my class, but when I come out here at 8:30 and there's like 3 people, I'm like, okay, it's okay. Thanks, Simmys. Good job. Love you. Thanks, Chris. Bye, Mama. Love you guys.